What's up, everybody? It's another Creative Mondays with me, Eli. Pronouns he, him, they, them. Today's poem is a poem that resulted from a free write in class. Also, there's a lot of hair going on up here. I need to get a haircut in a couple weeks, but bear with me as this just grows in mass over the next couple weeks. But anyways, it's a poem off of a free write that I did in my poetry class on last Friday, I believe. And the question was just, where does my body belong? That's what the professor wrote on the board. And then we had to write whatever that meant to us or inspired us to write. So I really like the topic of this poem because I've been starting my senior thesis. I do it next quarter. And a couple of the questions I explore are of body and identity and how those things intertwine with language and kind of the intersections that come with all of those things. And so a couple questions that I was writing the other day to kind of get the juices flowing. I was trying to answer questions with poems or try to figure out what I was really trying to say. Because when I get confused on what the message of a poem is, I kind of go back to, okay, what am I trying to convey with this? One of those questions was, what happens when a body that is politicized from birth is reclaimed in regards to being trans, for me, mixed race, but of any dark or not white or queer. Another question, how does society treat trans bodies and fluid bodies that express outside traditional gender roles and binary norms? And then the last question was, what does a one-drop rule society like America mean for mixed race individuals? And then exploring all those in the context of the biases of language and the inclusivity or exclusivity of language. So this poem does not tackle all of those things, but it tackles one of them, which is body. And so, in a singular sense of one poem, but all of them combined hopefully will answer all these questions. We'll see. We'll find out together as I write them. But here's this poem. Where does my body belong? Where does my body belong? I've lived in a lot of closets. I once let a group of boys believe I was just an odd-looking Mexican, black Cuban, one joked, in an alley with white-powdered fingertips. I spoke perfect Spanish and rolled my R's as I thanked them for their ignorance. At my father's family dinner, my body is analyzed in shades of disbelief. Jojo married a white girl, his children lighter than the rest of the table. Ooh, child, you think you cute with that good hair. At my mother's family dinner, we stand to take a picture. Pictures for the wall, full of cemented smiles and awkward gaps between uncles who won't embrace. Wait, dear, stand closer to the lamp. The light is hitting you weird. Your face is just so dark. See how your cousins glow? Where does my body belong? I've lived in a lot of closets. I can't tell you how many grandmothers, mothers, and daughters have come in pairs, arms linked for armor, to usher me out of girls' bathrooms. Can't you see the sign? Female. Don't look at my daughter. I'll call the police. There are whistles coming back off the tiles, echoing from the urinal. I'm in the stall. I hear light conversation. My palms sweat onto the metal latch of the door and I can't move. I can only think of past glares, aggressively male, at my not male body to be aggressed. I cried for the first time I spoke the word genderqueer. My body shook. I was in the LGBT center at school when I heard it, and my reaction was 5 hours later in front of a mirror. I whispered it to myself, trying it on, fitting my body in between and outside the binary. I sank into my bones and forgot about distinguishing anatomy and category. Dysphoria was treaty and ceasefire that night. Where does my body belong? I've lived in a lot of closets. The first binder I bought was health hazardous, but it felt like home with every almost cracked rib and painful inhale. I upgraded and adopted subconscious habits of running my hands down my almost smooth chest. I ignored every comment my mother made. When I was ready, I acted and spoke up. I was no longer a reactionary body. My body belongs in between, in darkness, in queerness, as transient and transgender as I want it to be. For the first time, my body belongs to me, and I glide in my freshly claimed skin. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed that one. I appreciate you guys watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And be sure to comment down below with anything you're feeling this week. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.